This is the Wikipedia page for slapping strike. Welcome to WikiListen, the podcast where we read Wikipedia pages and provide commentary. I'm Victor Varnado, KSN.
And I'm Rachel Teichman, LMSW.
All right. Well, we know that Will Smith and Chris Rock had an altercation. It was a slap strike. Let's talk about what that means, shall we?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We will. This article is about the method of striking a person. For other uses, see slap. Slap fight redirects here. For the scrolling shooter arcade game, see slap fight. Slapping or smacking refers to striking a person with the open palm of the hand.
Etymology and definitions. The word was first recorded in 1632, probably as a form of onomatopoeia. It shares its beginning consonants with several other English words related to violence, such as slash, slay, and slam. The word is found in several English colloquialisms such as slap fight, slap happy, slap shot, slapstick, slap on the wrist as a mild punishment, slap in the face as an insult or alternatively as a reproof against a lewd or insulting comment, and slap on the back, an expression of friendship or congratulations.
In jazz and other styles of music, the term refers to the action of pulling an instrument's strings back and allowing them to smack the instrument. See slapping music.
Slap is African American slang that dates back to the 1990s. It used to mean killing a woman or to refer to a woman hitting a man, or a woman or gay man haranguing someone, or a man hitting someone else in an effeminate way. Slap has also been used in American prisons since the 1990s to refer to slapping instead of punching, with the implication that the perpetrator isn't man enough to deliver a closed fist punch. Or it means to slap someone, i.e. a so hard for being insolent or unproductive as to show dissatisfaction, contempt, or disrespect with the goal of gaining dominance over them and reducing them to submission.
I feel like that definition, the last one, is exactly what Will Smith was up to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
For about 5 years, beginning in 2004, happy slapping became a UK fad. Happy slapping is a phenomenon whereby kids assault someone while being taped by a friend on their mobile phone. Afterwards, the video is uploaded to a site like YouTube. Media coverage of the alleged trend led to a nationwide moral panic, including a call by one of the members of parliament for schools to block mobile phone signals.
That's so stupid. Meanwhile, I used to play the slapping game in school where one person puts their hand down and the other person slaps down as hard as they can, and it keeps going until someone gives up.
Yep, kids are mean.
We weren't doing to be mean. It was a game. Anyway.
Hitting is a game. I get it.
Yep. Usage and meaning. The purpose of a slap is often to humiliate more than injure. A, quote, slap in the face is a common idiom dating back to the late 1800s that means to rebuke, rebuff, or insult.
In his 2004 text, The Naked Woman, a study of the female body, anthropologist Desmond Morris defines what he calls the cheek slap, which he describes as the classic action of a lady responding to the unwelcome attentions of a male. Morris categorizes the cheek slap as a display blow, meaning one that is impossible to ignore but doesn't cause much damage.
Just a reminder, slapping your partner is domestic violence, regardless of your gender or sex. The word slap is frequently used to minimize the perceived violence of an act, even if the act was especially severe. One person may hit another across the face and injure them severely, but in calling it a slap, it may seem less severe, since slapping is often associated with minor violence.
Right on. And just a caveat to what Rachel said earlier. If you and your partner are really into it, slap away.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't talking about consensual non-consent. I was talking about straight up violence.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying that when you left that out, just
yeah, you're right. I did.
In case.
Yep.
Cultural aspects. Slapping is viewed differently by different cultures. In many countries, such as Iceland, slapping a child is viewed as a form of physical abuse and is illegal. See corporal punishment of children. Whereas in others, such as England, it is seen by only some parents as abusive, and even then, only moderately so. A 1998 Indian study found a high rate of approval for husbands slapping their wives, particularly among husbands and middle-class Indians.
In some cultures, with the little thing that says, which, ? When girls menstruate for the first time, their mothers often slap them across the face, a cultural tradition thought by some to signify the difficulties of life as a woman.
What? No. Is that a thing?
I've heard of this. I don't actually know. Yeah, I have. I don't know which cultures do this, but I have heard of this as a thing.
I didn't hear the... I mean, I've heard the depositing menstruating women in huts. I've heard that. But I never heard the slap thing. Studies have shown that although Americans frown upon domestic violence, regardless of whether the perpetrator is male or female, generally they are more accepting of minor violence, such as slapping. When it is perpetrated by a woman against a man or vice versa, women who inflict minor acts of violence on their male partners have a higher than normal probability of being severely assaulted by those partners, and domestic violence experts therefore advise at-risk women to refrain from even minor acts of physical aggression against their partners. It has been suggested by Michael Lamb that both men and women who are violent toward their spouses are more likely to be so with their children as well.
There's a study that was done over a very long period of time with a lot of subjects that studied the effects of children who were spanked and or slapped as kids as punishment, and it was found that hitting your kids is psychologically damaging.
I don't know. This doesn't seem like a surprise to me. That it's psychologically
I'm glad it
damaging
doesn't seem like a surprise
to
to you. But there are a lot of parents out there who refuse to accept the implications of this study. In India, the insult slap is a political maneuver used to express disapproval of ideas of a particular public figure or politician.
Slapping is very often portrayed in films and television programs. For example, in Slap Her, She's French, girls and women typically slap boys, men, and other females who offend them in some way and humiliate them.
Slapping contests. In Russian bodybuilding championships, slapping contests are often held between contestants where opponents stand across from each other and exchange blows until one concedes or is knocked out. YouTuber and Twitch streamer CR1TIKAL Critical is credited with bringing this sport to the eyes of the Western internet, frequently releasing analysis videos on slapping matches on his YouTube channel, much like the game we used to play in school.
So, Will Smith did slap Chris Rock in probably one of the greatest public arenas in the world.
It was iconic.
Yeah, it was. I mean, if it wasn't real life, it would be amazing. Like, I would be like, that would be amazing. If it was like a movie, it would be amazing. But it was real life. I'll tell you, the part of me that was the most shocked by it is the part of me, like, when I was in high school, before I learned how to defend myself, and I was like a kid who would definitely get bullied. It reminded me of that, like a jock hitting a nerdy kid in front of the whole school. And that just made me cringe inside for Chris Rock.
I get that. If it makes you feel any better, instead of being in a school environment with jocks versus nerds, it was in a socially constructed room full of millionaires giving awards to other millionaires.
I'm so sorry that you thought that was going to make me feel better, or that you knowing that that wasn't going to make me feel better, said that. So either of those I'm sorry for.
I'm sorry for both of us.
This has been the Wikipedia page for slapping. Strike.
Thanks for listening to WikiListen. You can find us at wikilisten.com and on all social media at WikiListen, except for Twitter, which is at wiki_listen.
If there's a particular page that you want us to read, please let us know.